So we're midway through the month. Saturday the 14th of September, racing in Cape Town takes us to Hollywoodbets Durbanville for a 9-race program that we're really looking forward to. But just before I take you through the card, I want to tell you what the itinerary for the rest of the month looks like. On Thursday the 19th of September, we're going to be at Hollywoodbets Durbanville for the breakfast gallops. Really looking forward to being out there. No, it's not a novel idea, but the point is everyone's invited. Breakfast is going to be served, and we're going to see some big horses, hopefully those that are going to be aiming for the Coup de Match'em Stakes, galloping at Hollywoodbets Durbanville on Thursday the 19th. So please come and join us, come and say hello, come and see some of the best horses in the Cape. Then Saturday the 21st of September, also at Hollywoodbets Durbanville, we've got the listed setlist trophy, but it's also the Brybrucken Brew Race Day. Looking forward to that, whatever it is. I'm a starter. And then not forgetting the 28th of September at Hollywoodbets Durbanville, we've got the Coup de Match'em Stakes and the Baker McVeigh Diana Stakes, which is one of the traditional starting points. No pressure starting point for quite a lot of the big horses, but a starting point all the same. Come and say hello, come and join us. Looking forward to what's to come for the rest of the month before we come back here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth in November, when the sun will be shining. We'll be full steam ahead. Like and subscribe to our Cape Racing channel. Perfectly placed interviews for this race meeting are freely available, so it's all going on, all the information hopefully at your disposal. Let's go through it with the first of 9 races. Hollywoodbets Durbanville welcomes you maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,250 metres. The first timers do need to be monitored as far as the market is concerned, as you'd expect in Cape Town. An embarrassment of riches when it comes to well-bred youngsters, so a whole lot of them could be quite interesting. First up, I think the best form on offer though is for Andre Null's runner, ridden by Corne Orphan, number 3 Englefield Green, daughter Gimme the Green Light, who put up a very nice debut behind Scarlet McCall. Subsequent winners include I'm So Pretty, Festival Chic and Yo Lacquer Ding have all come out and franked that form behind Scarlet McCall. We know it's not the Andre Null way to ready them up first time out and get them guns blazing and win. If they win, it's because they're good, and if they don't win, they could still be good. And Englefield Green, out of a good draw to the same scene where she made her debut, looks like the one that they all need to beat. So I'm going to recommend a win bet, race 1, number 3 Englefield Green, on the evidence of what we saw first time out. But as mentioned, all the first timers are worth a market check. They could be very, very interesting in the market indeed. Then going on to race number 2, it's the Cape Racing Sales maiden plate over 1,250 metres. Don't forget, the end of October, we've got another sale coming up here in Cape Town on Hollywoodbets Durbanville, the last sale of the year in the entire country, or certainly in terms of getting that new, fresh 2-year-old stock into the yard. 25 to 1 is when race number 2 gets underway, and again, the first timers are interesting. In fact, on Perfectly Placed, Greg Enion was fairly optimistic about the chances of number 5 Sir Korski, and Candice Bass-Robinson was also glowing about the potential of number 12 Major Master. Did recommend obviously a couple of disclaimers when it comes to a deep draw and maybe being 1 run away from really being at his peak, but I think they're 2 nice horses at least in this race, possibly more. But the form, the experience, the wherewithal probably lies with number 8 Let It Be Said. Justin Snaith had a wonderful start to the season. Grant Fanikak takes the ride on the son of and Getrix, and his last run behind Empire State just screams a winner. Empire State, of course, ran behind Please Be True in his debut. I think with a run under the belt, Empire State might have really troubled Please Be True, so I think that's a good line of form and a good reference to use when going into this. And then Empire State accounted for Let It Be Said last time out. Let It Be Said out of draw 1 did absolutely everything right, except when the race might have pulled it a little bit in the early stages. That was when horses just weren't worked with in the rain. So he may have come out just a little bit fresh, but he certainly stayed on well behind a horse that I believe is above average. And on the evidence of that, I think he'll be the first raced runner home. But again, the market will give you a lot of clues. There's a relation to a Grade 1 winner in the form of number 3 Sag Harbor, although I'd anticipate that'll come on over a little bit further, being by Futura. And we've also got number 10 Native Rule Out, a Pound Princess, a Grade 1 winning mare, and not forgetting a few others as well. But as it stands right now, 8 Let It Be Said, the horse to beat in race number 2, the start of the Barbot. Race number 3 starts the place accumulator, 10 past 1 Cape Turf Club Syndicate's maiden plate over 1,250 metres. I mean, look at these first timers again. You can only laugh and think that there might be something quite nice in this field. But again, first timers at the time of recording, there's very little that guidance that I can give you. And to be fair, when you have a look at this rerun of number 8 Master of the Desert, that's probably the clue, that's probably the run. And I think that, but for one of the first timers being supported or being good, number 8, Master of the Desert, should win. Alder de Meyer takes the ride. He was entitled to have needed his last run when there was a touch of support. In fact, there was a lot of support for him. There were a few scratchings in that race, to be fair. But the way that he stayed on, first run in a tongue tie, had he got going, in fact, had that race been over this distance, I think he wins. I think he runs them down. He was absolutely low flying. He was looking for parking with about 200 meters left to run, running into all sorts of pockets. And I think that that's just going to do him a world of good. And I think that he'll take all the beating in race number 3 on the card. So Master of the Desert, it does look like a pretty straightforward start. Again, if you're eliminating the first timers, which would be foolhardy to do because there's bound to be some nice ones that are in the first 3 races. But of the race runners, again, number 8, Master of the Desert, looks a very tough nut to crack, so I'm going to recommend a win bet on him. Race number 4 starts the pick 6 at 1:45. Centenary Racing Syndicate maiden plate. They go 1,600 meters. It's the start of the pick 6. It's a tricky start to the pick 6. My landing point here is going to be number 4, Land of the Rising Sun. Son of Danon Platina. He's a beautiful, handsome horse as well. Grant Fanike takes a ride for Justin Snaith. 1,000 meters debut, good run, fair run, never going to be his chop. But since then he stepped forward with great progression, and I think his last run behind Sound of the Sea sets the standard here. He stayed on well. He was a horse that gave the impression that the more he races, the better he'll be. The mare Dawn Rising was an above average horse, above average mare. She won her races, and I think Land of the Rising Sun's got the genetics, got the looks, got the attributes to turn into a fairly good horse. But again, this is quite a strong maiden, the start of the pick 6. So my pick 6 reads as follows in the first leg. I've gone 6 horses. All horses from good draws. Number 1, Amancio, I think is underachieved, but from draw 1 I've got him in. 2, Arbitration, the last run was horrible, he's better than that. 3, Circumbendibus, looks like he's on the right track, and I think that his progression and the step up all the while is going to make him a chance. 4, Land of the Rising Sun, my top choice. I think there's a racehorse there in number 11, Dalmeny Factor. I think that he'll get to grips and be okay. And then the worst of the draws, number 13, Terminator, also goes in on the back of 2 runner-up berths. And then the remainder of the pick 6, second leg, gone 3, 6, 7, 8, by 4 and 6, by banker number 3, William West. Have I got a story to tell you there? By field in the penultimate leg, by 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, and 14. It'll just cost you under $5,000 a full unit. On to race 5, starter jackpot number 1 race, Cape powered by Hollywoodbets, class 4 for fillies and mares over 1,800 meters. And my play here is going to be number 3, Among the Clouds, because there's a key piece of form here, and it revolves around a horse that she reopposes in the form of Lickety Split. Now, on the 23rd of August, Lickety Split finished in front of Among the Clouds, Princess of Bayou, Glee Club, and Windrunner. Now, strictly, the mathematics suggest that 1.5 kilos in favor of Among the Clouds should turn around the deficit and the margin of 3 parts of a length. Among the Clouds for me was doing her best work late. She caught my eye. Lickety Split showed good resolve and shrugging off Among the Clouds, absolutely yes. But I get the impression that Among the Clouds may have just needed that last run. You can make the same argument for Lickety Split, yes, but I think Among the Clouds was just finishing a little bit better and maybe just shaking off the cobwebs, potentially needing that run a little bit more than number 6, Lickety Split. And like I said, the pure maths of it all, number 3, Among the Clouds, turn that form around. The fact that she finished in front of those horses and now she gets a very valuable swing at the weights stands her in good stead. Number 3, Among the Clouds for me in race number 5, but I do have respect for 6, Lickety Split. 7, Glee Club, better than her last run, no doubt about that. And even number 8, Princess of Bayou, I put into my pick 6. Race number 6, Taking the Reins, class 3 over 1,000 meters. Lovely edition of Taking the Reins with Candice Bass Robinson that we can all look forward to, conducted by Vicky Marnott, just going through the annals of the Bass family and Candice's career as a trainer. Now, in the pick 6, I held this race to 2 runners. I might have underplayed it a bit. The key to this race is that of the 7 involved, 6 of them are returning from a layoff. So how fit are these horses going to be with a bigger picture in mind here during the summer season? Whether these horses are candidates for the Cape Flying Championship or the Diadem Stakes, the Kaya Stables Diadem Stakes, that all remains a mystery. And I think they've got a bit of work to do to get to that level. But the point is, all these horses, or all but one, are starting their campaign here in this 1,000 meter sprint. And the horse that's not going to need the run is running over 1,000 meters, and I don't particularly like that. Right, so number 4, The Abdicator, and 6, Mojo Man are my 2 horses here. Mojo Man finished in front of Porquet Tavar, who he runs with again, and comes in here 1.5 kilos worse off for a 1.5 length beating. I think Mojo Man is at the level, the maturity now to see the best of him. The son of Rafif, I think, is in the right place. I think his run after beating Porquet Tavar covers him in a little bit of glory, having finished third, giving weight away to Dean Street. Dean Street is a real trier in the Woodruff yard. So I think number 6, Mojo Man, could be the most ready, and he also likes to sting out the ground. Yes, it's a lot harder at Hollywoodbets Durbanville now than it was 2 weeks ago, but I think that you still got a chance of favouring horses that do have a reasonable record in soft going. And then there's number 4, the Abdicator, 1,000-metre specialist. All 4 of his wins have come over this trip. I still believe that he's underappreciated by the handicapper. I know he was beaten by Nordic Chief last time out, but his progression, he started his career with a bang when winning his debut here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. I think it was on Splash Out Cape Derby Day, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been one of the festival meetings before that. But it just took his time to get his maturity and to find his feet. But since he's done that and he's got his confidence, he's looking like a horse that's still on the up. Also bearing in mind that he's Northern Hemisphere bred, and he's still a little bit behind the curveball when it comes to maturity level. So I think he's got a few wins to come this season, number 4, the Abdicator. So 4 and 6 for me, box swingers. Let's hope it all goes according to plan. Race 7, this is my banker in the pick 6, so I've been waiting for this horse. It's the Cape Turf Club Cape Sea Stakes, over 1,000 metres. William West at Hollywoodbets Durbanville, how I've missed you. This horse at Hollywoodbets Durbanville 12 months ago was ripping up trees, he was winning races, he was doing well. He worked up to a rating of 84, and having not raced there for 8-9 months, his rating came tumbling down to a 67. Now I know he's run there in his last 2 starts. I'm of the opinion that his penultimate start he may have just needed. He ran 5th to Silver Screen, he didn't have a draw, and selfishly I think I said on the show that I hope his rating comes down and we can have a go in him. Then last time I think he just took on progressive younger horses. Otaniqua Kaiboy was just behind him as well. Now he's in the right place. This is a banker for me. Grand Fanique takes a ride for Justin State. I've been waiting for this day. It's William West, Hollywoodbets Durbanville, 1,000 metres on a rating drop. He's a banker. I have respect for a few horses here. Bluff and Bluff's a good horse. Silver Screen's got every chance. He's in good form. Wiley Jack on the back of a win. Shifting Path, £7 penalty. Don't know. Swift Action, bad draw. Explicit content banging at the door. Nope. William West for me, race 7. That's a banker. If he gets beaten, someone else will have to call the last 2 races. Then you go on to race number 8. Join the Euphoria Cape Turf Club.co.za Cape Sea Stakes for fillies and mares over 1,400 metres. I had a tough time in this race and I went field in the pick 6, but that was before I recorded perfectly placed. And after chatting to Candice Bass-Robinson and hearing a few whispers around, I think number 2, Babylicious as well. Yes, she'll need the run. Yes, she's obviously going to come forward with the run under the belt. But I'd like to believe, and I think Connections would like to believe, that she's just simply better than this field. She's got a good draw, she has to give weight away, yes, none of that is ideal. But her 2-year-old form is to some of the better 2-year-old fillies here in Cape Town. And if we have a look at that run behind Worldcraft, she has got a lovely burst of acceleration. And maybe coming back to 1,000 metres, the distance that she's unbeaten over, is exactly what she's been looking for. We know that there's a paucity of 1,000-metre races at the type of level that Babylicious looks ready for right now. Even though I've gone field, I'm going to recommend her as a very strong place option, perhaps even stepping up to an each way, maybe even a win option as race time comes round. A few other horses here that you've got to respect. Festival Chic could be underappreciated, could have progress to come. I like Rocking Peony's profile. She's turning into a typical Greg Enion, salt of the earth type of horse. And Becky Sharp, it looks like Vaughan Marshall's got on top of her temperamental issues. But all in all, I think Babylicious is just better than this field. So she's the horse that I'm going to recommend in an open 8th race on the card. The 9th and last, Hollywoodbets Bright Future Class 4 over 1,400 metres. This is where I loaded up in the pick 6 because there's so many winning chances. Number 2, definitely yes. Number 6 on the card is my idea of the winner. Now, I know the form line from Hollywoodbets Scottsville on the 17th of June is weak. My boy Lollipop is still battling to win a maiden. But to the eye, he was encouraging, and I think the step up in distance is going to be a big plus as well. Dean Canamay's comments and perfectly placed are positive about the racehorse, number 6, definitely yes. And I think what also is going to stand him well is the fact that he had a gallop just before coming back to the Western Cape. And I think Dean might have stumbled upon some sort of winning recipe there with Pardon during the week. And hopefully number 6, definitely yes, can add a little bit more substance to that theory. So with the win, with the appeal to the eye, I think number 6, definitely yes, could be the one that they all need to beat here, and with the progress that he potentially has. My recommendation here is a double floating quartet, 6 and 8 by the field. With number 8, We Have Touchdown, a horse that's got a lot of scope to continue to improve as a horse to watch. But like you saw in that pick 6, other horses that I've got in number 1+4 could be very underexposed by the handicapper. 3 stated on absolutely obliterating them last time out. 4 Dusk Good, loving Hollywoodbets Durbanville at the moment. 5 Radicio likewise enjoys the course. He's in the pink of health. And numbers 10 and 14, World of Pleasure, I think is not a bad horse, and Captain West could be anything. But 6 and 8, the 2 horses that I'm revolving around. Hopefully we get a big prize horse running into the top 4 and make those quartets very juicy indeed. So that's the 9-race card at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. Should be really, really good fun out of the country course. It always is. Lovely atmosphere, lovely aura out and about. And we'll see you back there on Thursday for the gallops. See you then. Goodbye.